I love this quote. He says, Azim says, if people are not laughing at your goals are too small. And I love that. You know, I set goals that are so big that even if it takes 3 years, it's worth it to me. Even if it takes 10 years, it's worth it to me because it's building me. But the minute you set a goal, it's already done in your mind. That's the difference why what's not done in your mind. Because guess what? When we make a commitment, you know what happens? We're not guaranteed success. But when we make a commitment, now mix it with courage. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to work at this until I figure it out. Now we're guaranteed success. We're guaranteed it. So if you all want to get to your goal achievement, the goal you have in your mind right now, at a much quicker rate, you have to take letting go at a much more serious priority in your life. Now, this is going to demand a daily irrevocable committed decision. A daily irrevocable committed decision. I always use Kobe Bryant in this quite a bit. You know, like he was the best in the world at this time at his craft. He would finish a game at 10, 11 at night, and he'd be in the gym at 3 in the morning. That's somebody that was constantly obsessed with that daily transformation. But what he was really understanding at the deepest level was deliberate practice. He was going to work on making his weaknesses his strengths. So if I'm attached, that would be one of the deliberate practices that I would work on for me. Okay, so you all have everybody does, you know, and every 90 days you're going to have another one, another 90 days, another one, another 90 days, another one. You all have sabotaging behaviors. We want to identify it, and then all we do is drill it with deliberate practice, and then you're going to turn that in your favor. You're going to turn it in your favor. To make the commitment requires courage. Now, we want to get really good at always upping our courage muscle, always upping it, upping it, upping it. It doesn't take great courage to let the outside control us. That's easy. That's us just reacting. But it does take great courage to say, even though I'm not seeing any results, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I remember a couple weeks ago, this might help you all. I texted Mikey. I said, this was probably the best week we've ever had at Voss. And if you looked at our results, it wasn't. Like if you looked at our revenue, it wasn't our highest revenue. But what we created that week, I knew was better than anything we created. I knew it. And Mike, you remember when I sent you that? And
yeah, I do.
Honestly, we were dealing with so much adversity that week, but what we created is going to benefit us for years down the line. So this is where you have to understand what you are putting your energy on. You don't know what's going on the back end. But I want you to stop being attached and stop coming from a fearful heart, because what is it going to do? All it's going to do is delay your process. Remember what I said, the greatest form of discipline is delayed gratification, seeing things 4 steps ahead, even what you're doing right now. That is an aware person. Now, to create abundance, you have to be bold. You've got to be strong. That's what creates abundance. But right now, everything that I'm saying to you, every one of you is hearing me differently. Every single one of you is internalizing it differently. Why? Because you all have different mindsets. Your mindset is how you see the world. So what bothers somebody won't bother me. Now, what bothers somebody I could resonate with, because it used to bother me because I had lower level of thinking. And you're going to see, as you really take your personal transformation as an obsession, and you guys are doing that, so it's not like you're not doing that, but I want to do it where we're neutral so we can get to the cause. That's what's going to allow you to propel forward. Now let's look at this. The process of a quantum leap is about elimination. So remind yourself, everything that drains my energy, I quit at. Relationships that don't work, I minimize or let go of. Everything that others do better than me that I don't want to focus on, I leverage. This is a quantum leap. This right here is a quantum leap. Now, if there are things that you could leverage, then I don't recommend you work on them. Go leverage somebody else to do that. Go leverage somebody else to do it. Now, if it's something that's really important to your craft that you get great at, then I recommend you install deliberate practice towards that. Now, going for a quantum leap means you must eliminate existing clients, roles, behavior, and obsolete mindsets. So if we look at this one at a time, let's say, what are the type of qualities of a client that I want to eliminate that are just an energy suck from me? I'm just making a commitment that I'm not working with those type of clients anymore. What type of roles am I currently working that I want to eliminate that doesn't make me tap into my greatest self? What are the behaviors and outdated mindsets? Like, what are those? I want to identify what these are clearly so I can go work on them. See, if you look at the behaviors and obsolete mindsets, you're going to see the cause and get clear, so you're working on the cause, not the symptoms right here. And then you're like, if we identify your fear and we say, is it real? You're going to be like, no, this is ridiculous. But it becomes real because we start worried about a future that doesn't even exist, that we're giving power to. So we got to be very careful about that. Now, remember this. Quantum leaps happen 90 days at a time, but it's going to demand you to be hyper-focused and hyper-intentional. If we're not hyper-focused and hyper-intentional, we're going to be attached. We are going to be attached. And then we're daily focused on our personal transformation because that's a currency we want to invest in. And then we are so good at deliberate practice. Every 90 days, we pick one thing. You don't pick 10 things. You pick one thing. And then you're always increasing your value. See, once your goal becomes a mission, you become unstoppable. See, when it's not a mission, then it's not a belief. It's not the knowingness. Then we're going to allow ourselves to let the outside control us. So it's got to be a mission that I don't care when it happens. I don't care how it happens. All I know is it's happening, and you're going to speed up the process. That's detachment. So now you're not giving power to it. You're claiming the power back. And you attack what you need to work on. You don't lie to yourself. You don't say everything's perfect when it's not. You say, this is where I want to really get better at. I want to get better at controlling myself. I want to get better at controlling my emotional state. I want to create more emotional discipline. Now, I will show you a process I call the winning process, that if you just do this every day, you're going to win. You're not going to be attached. Number one, it starts with an authentic want. I want this more than anything else because it just fuels me. Then from the authentic want, it goes to an irrevocable committed decision. You say, this is what I'm doing no matter what. This is what I'm doing no matter what. And every time you start letting the outside, you say, nope, I don't really care. There's always an answer to every problem. And then you go from irrevocable commitment to courage. You say, I am building my courage. I am doing things out of my comfort zone. And do you know it takes great courage not to let the outside control you? It takes a significant amount of courage not to allow that to happen. To trust in your genius. Then what happens? The courage, what does the courage create? It creates confidence. Your results are just a reflection of your confidence. Now, a confident person doesn't know all the answers, but they know they can figure it out. And then the confidence creates discipline. The discipline is your actions. Your discipline is what's going to create the type of actions you take, and the actions create your results. This is a winning process.